Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with Elect Your Soul. If you're new to my channel, I'm a psychic medium, a spiritual life coach, and just a spiritual bitch putting everybody on. What I intend to do is to teach people that God and Jesus and the universe coexist as one. Now today in this video, guys, this video is going to be for those who feel like they are struggling with the law at this moment, the law of assumption to be exact. If you are a conscious manifester or you know about conscious manifesting, which is basically when you take matters into your own hands, you manifest what you want intentionally speaking, you know what you're doing with this. I want you all to understand that this is supposed to be a very easy process. Using the law of assumption or conscious manifesting is not supposed to be difficult. It's not supposed to be stressful. It's not supposed to leave you feeling afraid, doubtful, this, that, whatever else. I don't want you guys to perceive it to be that way, because the last thing that the law of assumption should be is something for you to struggle with and also something for you to be dealing with in a painful matter. That is not okay, obviously, for the reason that it's not supposed to be that way. Like, we want peace, we want serenity, all that stuff. So with that being said, this video is simply going to be a little check for you guys to like really get your minds back on track. I'm gonna ask you guys a few routine questions that I want you guys to ask yourselves as well, all that stuff, just to keep your mindset in check. We want this to be enjoyable, not stressful at all. But then anyway, let's get started with the video right now so that we can get to talking about how to just relax within using the law of assumption, how to keep it as simple as can be. And please do remember that the law is supposed to be as simple as it really is, because it literally is. It just is very simple because it's intended to be that way. But then anyway, now that we're in the video, let's get to talking about that mental check real quick with the law. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about my experiences with the law, what I experienced in terms of being stressed out, overthinking, pain, all this stuff within the law. And I will tell you guys that within everything that I've experienced here, I feel like I've been through a lot of trials and errors with the spiritual intention of me learning all of these lessons so that I can help you guys out as well. But I really had to get my head wrapped around the fact that it was not difficult as I thought it was. It was literally just me making it more complicated for myself, because all I did was overthink. I would question this, I would contradict what I was saying, I would check the 3D, I would do the most unintentionally. Like, I'd even peep that I was doing it to myself until I looked around and I was like, nothing is changing. And that's really what it is as well, is that it's the external stuff that can make people feel a lot stressed out, especially because these people might not feel like their own words of validation is enough to keep them in a place where they really are as successful or as happy or as empowered as they want to be. They're overthinking every single little aspect because they feel like if this external validation is not showing me the validation that I want to see, then it means it's not real, then it means that my desire is not here, that it's not going to be manifested, etc. When in reality, that could not be further from the truth, because at the end of it all, the only validation that you should be seeking is your own validation on the inside of your soul. Literally, whatever it is that you're telling yourself, if you say I have this right now, then you do. If you say you have that right now, then you do. But the whole thing is that you have to trust what you're saying to yourself and not looking for external validation. Like I said, checking the 3D to see if this is actually what I say it is, that's actually what I say it is. No, it's whatever you say it is, and it's all within your mind, all within your heart, all within your soul, all within the 4D, which is the dimension in which all of your manifestations are already done and all that stuff, even though they are already done in the 3D as well. I just need you guys to understand that there's no point in checking for something that you already know is the truth. If you're saying that it's done in your favor, you have to trust that. If you're saying that you have it, you have to trust that. If you are telling yourself and living within the state of having your desire right now, there should be no reason as to why you would be looking outside of yourself for validation from what? Literally from what? If it's not you, it doesn't matter. That right there is something that does stress people out when it comes to, am I putting this on a pedestal? Am I worrying about this too much? Am I doing this, that? Listen, when it comes to you worrying about whatever it is that you're worrying about, I want you to ask yourself one simple question. Is it me? Is the answer no? If the answer is no, don't worry about it. If it's not you, stop worrying about it. Stop looking at it. Stop checking for it. Stop doing the most for that thing, because if it's not you, it's not your world. If it's you, that's everything, but you have to know that. But if you peep that you're looking for something outside of yourself, you're looking to see if your SP responded. You're looking to see if the money made moves into your bank account. You're looking to see if something shifted in the 3D and the physical to prove to me that what I'm saying is the truth. Tell me right now, does the most famous person on this earth ever go out their house and say, I wonder if I'm still famous today? I need to hear it from my fans to know that I'm still famous. I need to know that I'm still well loved and perceived by them. Absolutely not. They don't do that shit. What do? They know that they are. They know it. They recognize that, and they say, whatever it is that I do, they're still gonna love me. They're still gonna believe in me. They're still gonna be there for me, because that is the energy that everybody should be holding within themselves, is that security in the fact that you really are as confident as you're supposed to be. Being confident in yourself is something that I feel like is a little overlooked. Kind of like, I feel like people are really getting the hang of it now within the law of assumption. People are starting to really understand that confidence is dead ass key. Shit, I'm gonna tell you right now, confidence has always been the key for me. Anytime that I was confident about a certain thing, I got that shit instantly. It was insane to see from a logical perspective, of course, because nothing is insane. But y'all know what I'm trying to say is just the fact that, wow, me believing in myself is really gonna make this happen. Absolutely. Because I'm sure, as you've probably noticed for yourself, if you've been affirming on end for 8 months straight, you don't feel it, you don't really believe what you're saying, and it's been that way for 8 months straight. You need to understand that there's a problem a little bit deeper inside of you. It's literally you, the fact that you don't believe in yourself or in the words that you're saying. Within using affirmations, yes, you can start out not believing them, but the whole point of you saying them is to eventually understand that this is the truth. What I'm saying and what I'm affirming to myself is the only truth that I want, so that's what's gonna manifest. That is exactly what you need to hold within your heart and in your mind to understand that you are implementing the fact that you do have what you want right now. You're telling yourself that you do, you know that you do, so why are you overthinking it? Why are you letting this be stressful? Why are you checking for validation? Why are you doing the most? Stop checking your phone, stop checking your DMs, stop checking your bank account, stop checking your driveway for that car, stop looking for shit outside of you. If you see a car parked in your driveway, your dream perfect car parked in your driveway in your mind, then you have it. If you continue on telling yourself, I do have this, I do have this, I do have this, you keep seeing the car in your driveway every single day within your mind, my love, you will get the car, and the last thing that you should be doing as the main character is worrying about how it's gonna happen, when is it gonna happen, but why, but who's gonna be crazy enough to give me that shit. Listen, that's the last thing you should be worrying about, because that's not your concern. Your only concern is staying true to yourself, is believing in yourself and believing in the fact that you can do this shit, because why would you not be able to? The only reason or way that you can't is if you say that you can't. And this is definitely something to not take lightly, because what do some people love to do? They love to blame the external world. Oh, you told me I couldn't. That thing told me no. God told me no. Oh, babe, really? God came down and told you no? Well, I'm gonna surprise you right now, because God is within you, babe. God isn't even above you. God is within you. God is everywhere that you go. So no matter what it is, if you tell yourself no, you best believe that God's gonna agree with that shit. You said no, okay, God's gonna say, all right, you said no. But that was your call. That was your call. You cannot do that to yourself though, because you have to understand that at the end of it all, you being the God of your reality is all about taking responsibility for the fact that you are truly in control in every way, shape, and form. You cannot be out here telling yourself, I'm the God of my reality, I'm the God of my reality, and then you go up to your SP and you say,
do you still like me though? Do you really want to be with me?
Would the God of your reality ever do that? Would the God of your reality ever look around and say, let me see if this is for real, let me see if this is for real, let me see? No. The God of your reality is going to accept the fact that it's done. The God of your reality is going to say, I am the God of my reality, and I accept that this is done in my favor, and so it is. The God of your reality, you, is never going to go out of your way to question things outside of you, asking these people this, that, asking this and that, looking over here for that. Doesn't matter. Stop looking for it. Be smart enough to understand that, which I know that you are. But more so, what I mean to say is, don't be egotistical enough to check for shit that you know that you already have the answer to. You said that it's done. You better believe what you're saying. Because if you don't believe in what you're saying, you don't believe in the fact that it's really done, you're gonna keep seeing yourself walking around in the same damn circle for one whole year, wondering why my manifestation hasn't manifested. Where is it? Where is it? You're still in the state of lack. Keep it stress-free. Understand, it is as simple as a decision. You're making a choice. I have it right now, then it's done. I have it right now, then it's done. If I say that it's done, it's done. If I say that it's done, it's done. That's all that matters to you, and it really should be the only things that matter to you, because what do other people, some people, like to do as well? They like to fake it. They like to fake the fact that they're really living in the wish fulfilled. They low-key fake it, and I'm gonna tell you how. They tell themselves, yeah, I am in the wish fulfilled. I'm already there. I'm living in the state of me having my desire, right? But then what do they end up doing? They end up checking again, looking for signs, asking questions, contradicting themselves, etc. What is that not doing? That is you not living in the wish fulfilled, because someone who is living in the wish fulfilled is not going to go out of their way to really see if they are living in the wish fulfilled. They're just gonna know that they are, because they have decided on that. This is why I'm saying that you have to be wise enough and not egotistical enough to understand that what you are saying, you have to practice, bro. Practice what you preach. If you're telling yourself that you're there, you best believe that you're there. If you're telling yourself that you're here, you best believe that you're here. Keep yourself in check. This is all about self-awareness, I feel like, at least from what I've learned over the last few years about using the law of assumption, conscious manifesting, etc., is that it really is all about having that good self-awareness within yourself. Like, you have to be aware enough to understand when you're doing too much, to understand when you're asking too many questions, when you're checking too much, when you're doing the most, because even though you are human, you are allowed to experience doubts, I don't know, fears, look here, look there. You're allowed to experience these things. It's okay. But the one thing that is not okay is that you're staying in that state of doubt, of fear, of I'm really unsure, I'm really limited, and I'm really afraid. Absolutely not. That is not you living in the wish fulfilled. That's why you have to have enough self-awareness to understand when you're getting yourself off course in a way. I can give you guys a clear example of this for something that happened to me last night. It wasn't really anything that happened, but more of like a realization that was kind of going through my mind, okay? So there's this thing in my reality in which I don't want to deal with, right? So I am manifesting it away. Obviously, it's going away. You know, I said that it's done, so it's done. I'm living in the wish fulfilled in my mind, so that's exactly what the tea is. But the whole thing is that last night, I remember I started to think a little bit too hard. I was like, I wonder this, I wonder that. Almost like I wanted to start checking for external validation to see if things were really moving in my favor and things like that. And then I remember, like vividly remember, and this was something that kind of stood out to me than the other times before, like way long ago when I used to really react to the 3D. Back then, I would never catch myself because I was consistently in the state of lack. So anytime I felt like I was gonna question myself or contradict myself or check the 3D or whatever else, it didn't feel unnatural to me at that time because that was all I was doing. But because I am so in the wish fulfilled now, I peeped when I started to overthink a little bit. And I remember asking myself, I was like, okay girl, you feel a little weird, the vibe is a little weird, you can feel a slight shift here. What should you be doing? Focusing on yourself, right? Okay, absolutely. So focus on yourself and don't ask any more questions. Don't worry about it. You know that it's done in your favor. That's literally what I said to myself just last night, okay? So just so you know, anybody can have these moments, okay? It doesn't matter if it's a coach or someone who comes on here to talk about the law or the God of your reality, anyone can have these moments. It's all about just working past them because you're more than capable of doing that, but you have to be in control of that right there. You know, I caught myself because what would have ended up happening? I could have sat there and continued to ask more questions, start checking the 3D, and then I would have spiraled, literally caught myself up in a spiral, but I stopped that shit short because I knew what I was doing, because I recognized the energy shift. That is what self-awareness is. You have to be on top of your energy shifts. If you feel yourself starting to shift over to an energy in which you're not really, this isn't really my wish fulfilled, not my desire, not what I want, please do not put yourself into it. Pull yourself all the way back and understand that where you are right now is perfect. You're okay, okay? Everything is still working on your favor. You don't need anyone to tell you that it is. You only need yourself to tell you that it is, because I promise you, if you're telling yourself that it's done in your favor, it is done in your favor. Catch yourself before you want to start spiraling, before you want to start overthinking, overanalyzing, whatever else that's going on in your mind. Please catch yourself before you do that, because the most important thing here is, again, keeping it stress-free, keeping it peaceful, and keeping it as worry-free as possible. Emphasize on the worry-free, because worrying is one of the other biggest things that some people do out here in regards to this, and I do understand that as well. Worrying is pretty damn normal, especially if you were riding off of logical thought processes for the last 20 years, or even for your entire life. You could be 60-year-old watching this right now, and maybe yesterday you decided, I'm done with the logics. So now that you're done with the logics, which was a conscious decision that you made to make your life even better for yourself, you better be on top of your thoughts. You better be on top of what you're perceiving, what you're taking in, and what you're allowing to pass through your life. If you want your desires all in your bag right here, right now, be the reason that they're here right now. Stop looking for validation. Stop checking. Stop asking questions that you know you should not be asking yourself. That is when all the worry and all the stress and all the peace and all the fear creep in, literally open up the door. You've opened up the door to them because you started to overthink something that you had no business overthinking about, okay? You peep that that's when things get difficult, is when you start overthinking. That's literally the case. I've always noticed this my entire life. It's something that's always been with me, that anytime I start to overthink something, that's when my life gets bad. That's when I start to feel like shit. That's when I can feel my energy decreasing. It's because I'm starting to focus on the wrong things. So really, the whole thing that I'm gonna tell you guys here is to not focus on the wrong things. Stop focusing on things that make you unhappy here. Stop focusing on how difficult it actually is behind the scenes. Stop worrying about when. Stop worrying about why. Just stop fucking worrying, okay? Stop wondering. Stop asking questions. Stop looking outside of yourself for something that is all within you. Because if you concentrate on yourself, genuinely speaking, if you focus on yourself and you look towards yourself anytime a doubt, a fear, or a worry arises, I promise all of those things will disappear because you're going back to the main source, yourself. That is why some people find a lot of peace within leaning on the universe, leaning on God, leaning on Allah, like whatever you believe in again. But those people feel that energy, that positive energy energy from these beings, it's because they're going back to themselves, okay? It's because when they pray and they ask and they say, I want this, I want this, I want this, they're talking to themselves. So really all you have to do here is don't beg for the answer, for what you want, for whatever else. Just know that you do. Simply say to yourself, I do have this under control. I do have this. It's in my bag. I got this shit in the bag. Everything's okay. It's all under my control. Go back to yourself. Talk to yourself kindly. Sit yourself down and just take 5 minutes to just tell yourself that it's all going to be okay. I've had to do this plenty of times and I'm not afraid to say that shit. Y'all know what I experienced in my mind. Y'all know how deep it went for me, how hard it was for me to understand certain things and how hard it was for me to really just deal with my life. But once I started relying on myself, the God of my reality, me, all of those problems went away because I was the solution the entire time. And what was I doing the entire time though? I was looking for solutions outside of me when again, I was the solution in itself. That is why I need you all to understand that at the end of this all, no matter what it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're manifesting, no matter how big or small it is to you, they're all the same, doesn't matter the size. That's what she said. But really, if you're doing whatever it is that you're doing, I need you all to understand that there's no reason to make this harder than it needs to be. That is what she said for real. You don't have to stress out. You don't have to worry. You don't have to look for validation in areas that you are the walking validation in. Don't be afraid to ask yourself, am I feeling too stressed out right now? Yeah? Okay, so what should I do? Concentrate on myself. Do I feel like I really need to check the 3D right now to see if my desire is still coming in? Yes? Okay, what should I do? Focus on myself. It's already in my mind, then it's already here. That's it. Do I start to feel fear that things aren't gonna work out in my favor? Why? I'm in a rush? Why am I in a rush? I have all the time in the world. I am the God of my reality. It's already here. It's already here. It's already fucking here. You see? You sit down with yourself and you talk to yourself for a few minutes and I promise you will walk out that room feeling brand new. But you have to allow yourself to feel better off of what you're saying. Like you can't tell yourself all of these wonderful things and then go right back to thinking how you were. You need to be strong. Self-awareness is key. Self-control is key. Self-discipline. Discipline your damn mind. Relax. It's not that deep. It's not that serious. Nothing ever is. And if there's ever a problem, I promise you, you will be the solution to that problem. You can have good faith for whatever it is and just know that if there is a problem that does arise here, if there's something in your 3D that you do not like, you just tell yourself that it will be solved in your favor right this very second because you said that it will be, and that's all you do. Don't worry about the rest. It doesn't have to be complicated. I promise you it doesn't. So please live your best life. Please do what you have to do to make this as easy as possible for yourself, and please let this be the easiest process in the world. I really don't like, because I care about y'all so much, I just hate, honestly, I don't like when I see some of y'all talking about how hard it's been for you, how difficult it is, etc. Because I remember when that was me and it was not fun. But now that I learned my lesson, now that I learned everything that I had to, I'm here to tell you it does not have to be that hard. That is what she said, but please listen to me. It does not have to be that hard, babe. It can be very easy. It could be very simple. Let it be that way. It's all about what you allow. If you have the intention of it, I promise that it's going to come out so much better in the end. But be the reason that you do and not the reason that you don't. Believe in yourself. Believe in the vision that you hold in your mind. I promise you that's the only reality. If you stay consistent with it for at least a week, try it for a week, you will see how this vision is everything that you already are. I promise you. I swear, upside down, left and right. I swear. But all right, my love, I'm gonna leave y'all with that, okay? Sit with this. Come back to this video if you ever need the reminder, if you ever need to talk to yourself, if you ever just need to understand that it really can be this simple. Be on top of your shit, okay? You can do this. I believe in you. I promise you, I really do believe in you. But then anyway, my love, that's basically it for my video. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I intend that this video helped you to the best of its ability, and I know that it did because guys, listen to me. We're not gonna make this complicated, my love. We're not gonna do the most in a reality where we can literally do the least and still get everything that we want. How liberating is that? Very liberating, okay? So I will say right now, I'm gonna ask you guys a few questions. I want you to ask yourself this as well, these questions, whenever you feel like you need to be on top of your shit, you know, if you ever feel like you're starting to panic or whatever else, I want you to take it as easy as possible. Take it as easy as you can so that you can make this as enjoyable as possible, okay? So I wrote down a few questions right here. I wrote down, are you questioning the process too much? In other words, are you starting to overthink? Are you starting to overthink the process of how your desires are gonna come in? How is it gonna happen? How, bitch? Remember what I said? Take a step back, take a step back, sit with yourself. Do not let this be the reason that you crumble. Do not. Shit, you know better than that. You definitely know better than that. Second question, are you affirming enough? If you're asking yourself if you're affirming enough, I'm gonna tell you right now, stop. Stop questioning yourself. That's what I mean. Continue affirming, but do not ask yourself if I'm affirming enough. What the fuck do you mean? Listen, you can affirm once a day and that desire will still manifest because it's all about the energy that you're putting into the affirmations. If you affirm once a day, you better know that that shit is still gonna work out in your favor. But if you're sitting here and you're saying, am I affirming enough? Am I doing too much? Maybe I should affirm 10 times a day. Maybe I should affirm 1,000 times a day. That was my phone. Guys, like that right there is when the stress starts, because now you're relying on the affirmations to be the sole purpose as to why everything's working out in your favor, which they can be the reason everything works out in your favor. But if you're focusing on them to the extent of this is the reason, and if they don't work, then what the hell am I gonna do? You're still looking at external things because there's still words that come from you, but you're relying on them to be the reason, when in reality, it's all about what you have up here. Affirm it to yourself, like telling yourself that it's a matter of fact, but not as something that you're like, maybe, maybe not, maybe this, maybe that. No, don't make it harder than it needs to be. Just like I'm saying, don't question this, especially when you know that you are affirming, period. That's all that matters. Affirm enough to make yourself feel good. That's what I always did. I never did the 10K challenge or whatever other law of assumption challenges there are. I'm not really about that. Like, I like to keep it simple. It is what it is, you know? And if y'all don't know what the 10K challenge is, it's when you repeat your affirmations like 10,000 times. Not really about that, no offense, because it's just not for me, you know? But for other people, it might be, but that's the whole thing. It's all about preference. So don't ask yourself if you're affirming enough. If you know that you're doing the work for yourself, that is all that matters. Don't worry about the external validation, okay? Next question is, are you contradicting yourself? That right there is definitely a question to ask yourself. Ask yourself, am I contradicting myself? Am I contradicting what I'm saying? Am I contradicting the fact that I do have what I want, etc.? Yeah, if you feel like you are, you better cut yourself all the way back, hold yourself back. Understand that you contradicting yourself is as easy as telling yourself in your head, yeah, I do have what I want, I do have what I want, and then saying outside and thinking every other time when you're not saying, I do have what I want, I don't have what I want, I don't have what I want, I don't have what I want. If you're telling yourself, I do have what I want up here, you better be telling yourself consistently that that is the truth. You're not gonna sit here and tell yourself, I have what I want, and then be like, no, I don't, no, I don't, no, I don't. That is a full-on contradiction, and you know that that's the truth because that doesn't even align with what you want. If you want what you want, stay true to that thing. Be loyal to it. Treat it like your man. You're gonna be loyal to your man, be loyal to your desire, stay with your desire, and stop questioning shit that you know you should not be questioning. It's as simple as that. Don't do that. And especially, do not contradict the things that you know that you're saying that you do have. If you're saying that you do have it, you do have it, and that's final. This one question right here is a lifesaver in terms of you staying true to that desire, because I promise staying true to that thing is going to cause for it to blossom and grow in your favor because you said so, and that's it. But okay, the last question that I have here is your mental diet strong? That right there I think is pretty important for the simple reason that because your mental diet is you staying on top of your thoughts, basically like what I was saying earlier about being strong-minded. If you are a strong-minded person, you can have a bad thought or whatever else, it could go right through your head, but that's the thing, it's going right through your head because you're not allowing for it to stay. Having a strong mental diet is just you understanding like, yeah, I have it and it's done. I have it and it's done. I have it and it's done, and then it is. So you would just know that because you said that to yourself, and that's it. That's literally all there is to it. Be on top of your thoughts. Don't let yourself sit down and be upset for 10 minutes telling yourself, oh shit, it's not gonna work out. I'm so sad today. It's gonna be bullshit, blah, blah, blah. Even if you did have a moment like that, it is okay, by the way. Like, you don't have to be always happy and all this shit. You can be as sad as you want to be, cry, whatever. But your thoughts should still be aligning with the desire that you want. Consistently, at least. For the most part, definitely, yeah. But again, if you do have a moment where you sit down and you're like, I'm so sad right now, I don't know what to do, that little moment didn't affect anything. That right there, I think, is the most important to understand, is like, it didn't affect anything. Because if you think, oh my God, I had a moment of sadness, of weakness for 5 minutes, now it's not gonna come in, my desires are done, that is when you cancel them out in a way. In reality, you're not gonna do that though, because that little moment that you had of sadness didn't really do anything to your desire. You still stay true to them, you're still loyal to them, you still know that your primary thoughts are surrounding the fact that you do have your desire, so that's all that you have to do. That's more than enough, you know? So I just wanted to let you know of that. Like, within all of these questions, ask yourself them. Do not be afraid to be on top of your shit, to understand that it really is as easy as this, but it is about having that responsibility over your life, over the fact that you are as powerful as you really are, because why? Girls are power, right? So that Oh, it says girls with the power. Absolutely, babe. Whether you're a girl or a boy, whatever you are, we all have the power. Have the power, period. Like, we're not gonna sit here and settle for nothing. I promise you we're not. So please, don't do it to yourself. Do not settle. And do not let yourself believe that you have to settle for anything or anyone or whatever else. I don't care what it is. You're a strong-minded person. Be on top of your shit. This is just a simple check-in for you guys. I want you guys to mentally be well with this. I remember when I used to stress myself all the way out with the law of assumption because I thought it was way more complicated than everyone was saying it was. Turns out it really was as simple as everyone was saying it was. So that's why I'm taking it upon myself to tell you guys as well that it really is this simple. Doesn't have to be that hard. Promise, it doesn't. And that's also what she said. But besides that, my love, thank y'all so much for watching my video. I really appreciate it. Thank y'all so much. I really intend that this video helped y'all to the best of its ability, that it really did help you guys put your mental health in check and all that stuff. Like, I really do care about you guys, genuinely speaking. I think about y'all all the fucking time, every day, every hour, whenever I'm on the internet. Like, I don't care. My life revolves around you, if I'm being honest. So that's kind of emotionally slutty, as Carrie would say, but it's the truth. I really love you guys. So I intend that this video again did help y'all to the best of its ability, and I know that it did, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I just want the best for you, and I want you guys to want the best for yourselves, really. I don't want you guys to rely on me solely to be the reason that you understand this, understand that. I want you to take what I'm saying, to apply it to your life, and then to help other people around you. I want everyone to learn, okay? So take what I'm saying, help someone else. If you feel like someone in your life, like your bestie or your law of assumption bestie or whatever, is struggling or needs a mental health check with this, like, don't be afraid to tell them what's up, you know? It really is this simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. I'm telling you, I've seen it all. I've done it all. I've thought it all. I've heard it all, whatever, but I learned my lesson, and I'm happy to say that I have, because now I'm here, ready to help you guys. But then anyway, I will see y'all this Thursday for another video. Thank y'all so much again for watching. I really appreciate it, my loves. May God bless all of y'all. Genuinely speaking, may you have the most amazing week of your lives. God bless you all. And please take care, everybody. And please don't forget your power in your reality, who you are, that you are the one who's in control of your reality. But even a God as powerful as you, does sometimes need to be on top of your thoughts. Like, sometimes you do need to sit back and to really understand what it is that you're thinking about. What am I consuming? What am I feeling? Whatever else. Because yes, a God is perfect. You are perfect. But being perfect does not mean that you don't have your bad days, your sad days, your overthinking days, whatever. And that's okay. But be wise enough to tackle that shit. Not even tackle. Be wise enough to work through it, because you don't want to be someone who's sitting here overanalyzing this, overthinking that. I'm so scared. I'm spiraling now. No, absolutely not. We're not going to carry on that energy, because I've spiraled 8 million effing times. I can't even count on one hand how many times I've spiraled throughout this entire law of assumption shit. But I'm gonna tell you right now, each and every single time I spiraled, I always realized after that spiraling didn't do anything productive for me, because it is a choice at the end. I will say, when it comes to spiraling, it kind of is a conscious decision to continue on spiraling, because yes, you might have a bad thought that sends you in a little spiral at first, but then you feel like you're in a pit that you can't get out of. In reality, when you feel like you're in that pit, you have to literally consciously make the decision to be strong enough to climb up out the pit so that your life can be better, because that's what I've done for myself. Anytime that I let myself sit in that pit, things got worse, things stayed the same, whatever else, but my desires did not manifest. When I got up out the pit, when I chose to, that's when I saw everything moving in my favor. It was because I chose that. So even within the sadness, there's still a bright light at the end of it all, because what? Good energy always wins over bad energy. I promise you, it really does. Understand that you are the most successful person of your reality. You're the one who's in control. You're the one who got this shit in the bag. You're the one who can have it all, and you really can, and you really do. But please do not victimize yourself. Do not overthink. Do not contradict. Do not look at the 3D. Just focus on yourself. If you focus on yourself, it will solve all of your problems. I promise you it will. And I'm telling you this myself, because that's what I do, and it solved all my problems. But all right, my love, learn that shit, know that shit, be on top of your shit, but always think good shit, be mentally well. You got this shit in the bag. No worries, no stress, no nothing. You got this. I promise you, you do. If I do, you do. Shit, promise you that. Bye. I want you all to remember that success is 110% guaranteed within your reality. I promise you it is. Even if you fear for a moment that you'll fail or things won't work out or whatever else that may be going through your mind, I want you to please understand that no fear is real. Nothing within your mind that's telling you to limit yourself down, to think this and do that or whatever else is not real, because you are a limitless being. You are a God. You are literally the God of your reality. And if you are, you cannot be paying attention to limits, literally the opposite energy of what you want. You can't be paying attention to that, because you have to be stronger then that. You have to be willing to understand that whatever you say for yourself is what the tea is. And yes, even if you might have a few bad days or whatever else, that you are still willing to get up and to make more for yourself because you know that you deserve more and you deserve better and you deserve to live a good life. And of course you do. So even during the moments that you feel like you're falling and you're failing or whatever else, I promise you you're not. But it's really most important that you know that you're not. You have to understand that you're not. You have to understand that you're still getting what you want. That no circumstance, no whatever could ever hold you back from being as successful as you want to be. But you, my love, have to be on top of that. Take 5 minutes, take 10 minutes, take a day if you need to just reflect on yourself, to just think, to just understand that you're still doing this shit. Even talk to your partner if you need. I've done that plenty of times. I talk to my partner about, I feel like this, I feel like that, and we work through it literally in 5 minutes because I am so serious about having my desires. And that is what it all leads down to, is being serious about having what it is that you want. Because if you're not as serious as you say that you are, I promise that you will still find a way to settle. Unfortunately, you will. But I know that you don't want that. You actually want what you want because you know that you are deserving of that thing. So be willing to get up and to get more. You don't have to sit here and be a sucker for nothing. You don't. I promise you, you don't. No matter what you've heard, what you've seen, whatever else, you are stronger than all of it. So behave like you are. Act like you are. Know that you are. It is your job, your duty, your responsibility, but you gotta do that shit because you know that you are the creator, genuinely speaking, inside and out, the creator of your reality. And I promise you, you genuinely and totally and completely are, my love. I promise you, you are. But alright, I'll leave y'all alone. Just go ahead and learn from this and do what you gotta do to make your life as easy and as peaceful and as stress-free as possible, just like everyone and their mamas deserve. Just like that. But alright, my love. Love y'all so much. God bless you all and have an amazing day. Bye. Keep manifesting, stress-free, be on top of your shit in the healthiest way, period.